What is the understanding of Agni Vaishamya? What are the different causes of Agni Vaishamya? This is the topic of this particular video. Dear ANA community members, press the like button and spread this particular video to maximum number of true Nidana learners so that we can make a huge movement out of this particular small message. Don't forget to press the bell icon so that YouTube algorithms will be fetching the right information at the right time for the right purpose. When we think about the Agni Vaishamya, it is actually comprising of two different words, Agni and Vaishamya. The term Agni refers to the dravya or the factor that is present in the human body, which is actually responsible for the conversion of the non-absorbable substances into absorbable forms. That is nothing but the ingested food will be getting converted into utilizable form. So that is what is considered to be Agni, which is having 6 different factors. Ahara Parinamakara Bhava, they are being termed as Ushma, Vayu, Kleda, Sneha, Kala, and Samayoga. So whenever if you think about the Agni, though it is having the Tejo Mahabhuta dominance, the other Mahabhutas are also helping in maintaining the Agni. So that is what is considered to be the essential factor for the proper digestion. Whenever there is abnormal functioning, there will be related to abnormality in terms of these 6 factors. Ushma. So that is what we can say the Ushnata. If there is increased Ushnata, if there is a decreased Ushnata, so that will be leading to dysfunction of Agni. If there is Vayu, increased Vayu or decreased Vayu, so that may be responsible for the disturbed functioning of Agni. The Kleda, increased or decreased function of the Kledata, that will be leading to the disturbed Agni. Whereas Sneha, increased or decreased Snigdhata or unctuousness, so that will be leading to the Avipaka or indigestion. Kala and Samayoga, they are related to the time as well as the patterns of food intake. For example, the Kala, if the person is going to consume too early or too late, for example, if he is getting the appetite at around 12:30, if he is going to consume it around 11 o'clock or 10:30 a.m., or otherwise if he is consuming the food substance at 2:30 or 3 p.m., so that is considered to be abnormal kala as far as the Agni functioning are concerned. Sama yoga, this is improper method of food intake. If the person is going to consume the food substances in cold form, if the person is going to consume the food substances not having any oil at all, and if the person is going to consume very little or very large amount of the quantity of food, all they are coming under the heading of a Sama yoga. If any of these 6 factors, if they are not in accordance with the functioning of the Agni, so that will be leading to Agni Vaishamya. When you think about the Agni Vaishamya, so that is Vaishamyam Swapramanad Ekasya Dvayoh Trayanam Va Vriddhihi Kshayo Va. So this is the context which is being mentioned in the context of Dosha Vaishamya. So that means Vriddhihi Kshayo Va, increased functioning of Agni or decreased functioning of Agni, that can be termed as Agni Vaishamya. So here this is the one where we are going to observe the increased functioning, and here we may observe the decreased functioning of Agni. What are the possible causes of Agni Vaishamya? The Charaka says, Abhojanad Ajirnati Bhojanad Vishamashanat Asatmya Gurushitati Ruksha Sandushta Bhojanat Virekavamana Sneha Vibhramat Vyadhikarshana Deshakalarthu Vaishamyad Veganam Cha Vitharanat. So these are the possible causative factors that are being mentioned for the Agni Vaishamya. Abhojana, having the very less amount of the food or no food consumption itself. So that is if the person is doing fasting or starvation. Ajirnayati bhojana. If the person is going to do the excess amount of the food substances in the state of indigestion. Vishamashana, inadequate food intake in terms of quantity as well as timing. And Vishyamashanat, asatmya bhojana. If the person is going to consume the incompatible food substances, Guru Ahara. If the person is going to consume more amount of the substances which are heavy to digest, Shtitala Ahara, cold food substances intake, Ruksha Ahara, dry food substances intake, Sandushta Ahara refers to the consumption of the food substances which are having the impurities, such as the scalp hairs, etc. etc. Then Vireka Vamanasneha Vibhramat, they are considered to be the irregularities in terms of the treatment as such. Vyadhikarshanat, secondary to the some other diseases as such. Deshakala Rutu Vaishamyat, abnormalities in terms of the Desha, in terms of the Kala, and in terms of the Rutu or season. Veganam cha vidharanat, suppression of the urges as such. When you think about the abhojana, so if the person is going to consume very little amount of the food or no food at all, so that is what actually leading to the, what do you say, that the food may remain in the stomach for the smaller amount of period. So normally, the person has to take the food substances, that to solid food substances up to 1/3 of the stomach, and liquid substances another 1/3 of the stomach, and last 1/3 that will be kept vacant. But if the person is going to consume too little amount of the food, even 1/3 less than that of the 1/3 of the stomach, definitely, so that may be leading to the symptoms related to abhojana. Ati bhojana, ajirne ati bhojana. If the person is having the food substances in the stomach, in a matter of another, what do you say, that the within 2 hours, if the person is going to consume the large amount of the food, which has this amount as such, then we are going to say that could be ajirne ati bhojana. Vishamashana. If the person is going to consume little amount of the food at a particular time, next he is going to consume large amount of the food. This is in terms of the quantity. In terms of the timing, if the person is going to consume the food substance at around 11 o'clock, and if the person is going to consume the food substances at around 3 p.m., this is considered to be Vishamashana. Asatmya Ahara. Whenever a person is going to consume asatmya ahara or incompatible food substances, what we are going to observe is, we are going to observe the inflammation to happen in the stomach, which in turn leads to influx of the fluid from the intravascular compartment into the stomach. Thereby, the person will be having the reduced appetite. Thus, we are going to observe the Agni Vaishamya. Guru Ahara. If the person is going to consume the Guru Ahara, what actually happens is, that is considered to be heavy molecular weight substances. They are going to be present at the walls of the stomach. Thereby, that will be leading to the reduced secretion to happen from the intravascular compartment into the stomach region. Thereby, the person may have Agni Vaishamya. Shitala Ahara. Whenever a person is going to consume the Shitala Ahara, cold substances as such, so that will be leading to the accumulation of these particular cold substances in the stomach. Thereby, the person will be having the loss of appetite, or what we can say, reduced hydrochloric acid, etc., that may be observed. Thereby, the person may have loss of appetite. Ruksha Ahara. Ruksha Ahara, what actually happens is, that will be leading to the influx of the fluid from the capillaries of the stomach into the stomach. Thereby, the person may have the Agni Vaishamya. Sandushta Ahara. Sandushta Ahara, for example, the scalp hairs, etc., if they are being present, so that will be leading to the, what do you say, that the accumulation of these sandushta ahara in one particular part, thereby that will be leading to reduced secretion on that particular part, thereby the person may have Agni Vaishamya, Virechana, Vibhrama. In the sense, the person will be having the Virechana taking place. In the sense, purgation therapy that will be taking place, that will be leading to more amount of the toxins to be eliminated from the alimentary canal via anus. If the person is not following the diet and regimen as told by the textbooks, what we can say the Paschat Karma, that will be leading to Agni Vaishamya. Already there will be Agni Mandya if the person is not following the diet or regimen, so that will be leading to disturbed functioning of Agni. Same thing that may happen in case of Vamana Vibhrama also. Sneha Vibhrama. All they are considered to be irregular treatments as such. In case of the Sneha Vibhrama, what actually happens is the person is going to consume cold water instead of hot water. What actually happens is that will be leading to disturbed or reduced appetite. Thereby, the person may have the poor digestion. That is, there will be poor movement of the micromolecules from the stomach or small intestine, large intestine into the intravascular compartment. Vyadhikarshana. So, in the sense, if the person is having the diseases related to what do you say that the stomach, so here the person is having the disturbances related to knee joint, and here the person may be having the disturbances related to muscles of the thigh. In all these occasions, what actually happens is that will be leading to the inflammatory markers, they will be present here in that way, so that will be having the poor functioning of the Agni here. But here, what we can say here is there is a concept called Dhatwagni or Bhutagni. When the person is suffering from the disturbances related to knee joint, we are going to observe the Asti Dhatwagni Vaishamya. So, in case of this, we are going to observe the Mamsa Dhatwagni Vaishamya. Desha Vaishamya. Desha Vyapat, that is Desha Vaishamya. If the person is going to consume the ice creams in this particular place as such, that will be considered as Desha Vaishamya. Kala Vaishamya. If the person is not following the diet and regimen in terms of the night, if the person is going to consume ice cream at this particular night time, could be considered as Kala Vaishamya. If the person is going to consume the ice cream at around in the month of January or so, we can say it is a Kala Vaishamya, Rutu Vaishamya. If the person is in the month of October and if he is consuming the Gobi Manchurian, that is considered to be Rutu Vaishamya. That is considered to be Rutu Vaishamya. Vegadharana. Whenever a person is doing the Vegadharana, suppression of the urges, here we are speaking about the Adhovata Vegadharana. There will be Apanavata dysfunction, which in turn leads to Samanavata dysfunction, which in turn leads to Pranavata dysfunction. In this way, we are going to observe the the Agni Vaishamya that may happen because of the different causes. To sum up, Agni Vaishamya refers to the increased or decreased functioning of Agni or Tejo Mahabhuta. So, which will be leading to the Ama formation. Text says, Abhojanad Ajirnati Bhojanad Vishamashana Asatmya Gurushitati Ruksha Sandishta Bhojanad Vireka Vamana Sneha Vibhramat Vyadikarshana Desha Kalartu Vaishamyad Vega Namchatharana. Dear ANA community members, that's all for today. What are the major key takeaways from today's discussion? Mention in the comment box below. What is the one video you'd like to hear in the coming days in this particular channel? Mention in the comment box below and spread this particular video to maximum number of Nidana learners so that we can make a huge movement out of this particular small message. That's all for today. Something more in the next video. Thank you.